Some call him the Toyota God. Others say he ran for mayor.
Introduce you to the candidates running for mayor. So today it's Jim Miller.
One of your priorities that you've laid out is fixing the roads in Colorado Springs.
Jim Miller.
Mr. Miller, you also have 30 seconds.
That was Jim Miller, just a guy.
All we know is he's just a guy with more cars than friends. Jim Miller is on Automotive ADHD.
Jim Miller, just a guy, joining me across the board here on Automotive ADHD. I'm your host, Matt West, and Jim, welcome back to the show. We've had a little bit of a hiatus.
We did.
Yeah, but you are back. We are on the air talking cars, and I got a couple of things I want to talk to you about, because last people heard from you on my show was that you were running for City Council District 5, and the election came and went. And what are the results?
Well, I got over 17% of the vote. That's the result.
That is the result. Was it enough to win, though?
No.
Yeah. But you know what? You got a lot of votes, actually. It was like a good chunk of votes. And I would like to think that all of those votes were listeners from my show, actually. I mean, I know you had other campaign marketing, you had, stuff you were doing and whatever.
A lot of people that vote for me are people that don't tend to vote because they have similar things where they look, I don't like polititalk. I don't want executive speak. I don't like the government. I don't like the establishment. I don't like being told what to do with my stuff. I'm tired of being taxed to death. It's those people. The people that don't vote or don't like any of the political stuff for the most part are usually my people. They're
so basically like car guys, like most car guys.
A bunch of people that like freedom. Yes, those are usually the people that vote for me, where they're like, oh, okay. All right, a regular person, not another turd in a suit, not the same old stuff with a different face. And you're like, all right, we found some guy that's he's just out there grumpy and tired of it. We'll vote for him. It seems good. I'll actually vote, they say.
Well, and if I could throw this out here, when you ran for mayor last, after the election, you came in basically at
dead last.
But look at it this way. You were not dead last in this case, even by a long shot.
No.
You actually did really good.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad. I'm what's considered a political contender now because I'm very cheap and affordable for votes. I cost about $2 a vote.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think the incumbent cost a couple grand a vote. I think the guy that would have been worse than her, whatever that ding dong, he's a regular window tint cop kind of person, but I think he cost about a grand a vote too, or $2,000 a vote as well.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, so your opponents outspent you by many, many times, an insane amount.
Yeah. There was over $100,000s of dollars thrown into this thing, and then there's me like, hey, what are you? I'm like, what's up?
So imagine this, though. I mean, some people spent, like I said, or like you said, there were hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up into some of this, and they still got the less votes than you did.
And mind you, that should be something for people to really look at with a lot of this political stuff.
Going to point that out, yeah.
Because when it's a thing that just has a stipend for $5,000-$6,000 a year, and you got to submit paperwork, blah blah blah, to get your little stipend, it's not even a paid position. People are out there buying and jockeying for politicians, for votes in their favor of whatever their interest is. So the piece of advice I have with any of the political stuff with everybody is watch the forums, look at the questionnaires and stuff. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not the best with live TV. There's blinking lights and people doing stuff, and you're like, I have no idea where to look because I'm used to talking in crowds, or on the radio I've gotten more accustomed to. But really look at campaign financial sheets. Remember, anybody funding a campaign, it's an investment. They're going to want a return on their investment. I was funded by the community with donations, and I was funded by me. That's there were no out of state interests who came in and gave you $1 million. No nonprofits, no charities.
If there were, one of your cars might at least run a little better. If there were, right?
Notice you got some paint jobs there and some body work.
It's a campaign expense. Yeah,
I had it ready for their body wraps to be put on there to put my name on the side. No, I'm not that.
Yeah, no $1 million interest groups.
No, I'm
none
not
of that.
I'm not that kid in the. I'm not that kid in the party, man. It's politics is a filthy. Look, most of these politician types, so everybody knows too, they're like WWF characters, man. they got a facade with the thing and stuff, and some of it's pretty fake. I'm naturally boisterous, so they try to like keep pace with someone like me though, and they just can't. But a lot of these career politicians types are some of the fakest, just most baloney filled types I've ever seen in my life. It's like WWF wrestling.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you were out there, and tying it into cars. I mean, you were going out talking to, people in the car scene, people who were just living life, maybe working on a car, doing whatever. And you really, I think, had the ability to go into those, discussions with people and just connect to them face to face. And you did it face to face. I mean, a lot of what you were doing, you were out there on foot talking to people in person.
Going, hey, you tired of being screwed with? I am. Good. I'm tired of being screwed with too. Let's be friends. Vote for me.
Yeah.
No, it's but car people are like most of us. We don't like being bothered, man. I mean, it's our work away from work, our stress away from stress, and we get tired of being bothered with things. But when you start, I did open up a lot of conversations too, because I'm like, look, man, we're getting parking tickets at parking meters downtown for roads we paid for, parking meters we paid for, and we live here. And then they're always talking all this stuff. Well, we did charge tourists, and it's like, dude, these are our roads. We got friends and family working down here. We ain't got the technology to slide my ID in there, and it goes, oh, Colorado Spring address, it's free. We don't have the technology to where I can get on a bus, and it just says Colorado Springs address. Obviously, you live here, so you've already paid for the buses, so you can get on a bus and go down the street because your car broke down,
Right.
It's interesting. There's a bunch of what I call politically profitable problems that'll never be solved. They're not going to fill the potholes in because they keep getting more funding. We keep voting 2C back in all the time. Oh, let's keep it in. It's supposed to be a temporary thing. You've been here forever too.
Oh, yeah.
You're from here.
Yeah.
I've been here forever and you're from here. So these things were all temporary things, but they get new people in and they're like, oh, sweet. What a great idea. We do need the roads fixed. And you're like, I've already paid for them like 10 times, man. Stop voting for that crap. Let's find the guy that's in charge of supposed to getting it done, and let's go ahead and get a new guy in there. Or a new gal. I don't care. Just someone getting it done. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, has anyone at this point inclined to fix Woodman yet? Like Woodman and Academy, that's hardly a road. I have literally driven on dirt roads that are smoother than that and gave my car less rock chips.
I like how the overpass part, it's like the potholes are concrete. You're like the asphalt guy where there's a chunk of concrete with a hole in the concrete. You're like, nice.
When the concrete starts having potholes underneath, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But so you were out there, though. You're advocating for the grassroots, the car guys, the people who don't normally vote, and you're out representing them. And even though you didn't necessarily win the election here, you're still wanting to represent that same group of people. Those of us who just want to wrench on our car in our driveway, not be bugged because it doesn't have registration on it, even though it's parked in our driveway, not on the street. We've talked about that before, but No,
I'm a big advocate for freedom, period. I'm all about punishing problems, but I'm not about screwing with people just living their life. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we pay a lot of money. We don't get a lot of downtime nowadays as people, as a community. We don't get any fun, no hobbies, it's insane. I mean, you look at someone like me, I've never had a vacation in my life. That's crazy when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a lot of days off. It's like, why'd you get today off? Well, I just took the morning off because my body just didn't get up, but it's Sunday. Don't you get it? No, I work for myself. It's every day's a work day. It's arduous, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm actually 2 years from now, there's another election coming up. I'm going to run again. So the website's still up, jimmillerforcolorado.com. I can still take donations, get everything kind of pumping and going and just keep it rip raring and tearing. And look, we need somebody that's just going to be like, hey guys, they're trying to screw us on this.
Mm-hmm.
And politically speaking in Colorado, now's not the time. We're in a really weird time. Colorado's like this real experimental place for extreme politics and crazy, extra, non-constitutional, overreaching taxes and laws and infringing on your liberties and freedoms and your sovereignty as a citizen.
Oh, there's a new tax, by the way, going on every, we're going to see, but they're proposing a new tax to put on everyone's insurance here in Colorado, too. We'll talk about that in the next segment. I do want to talk about it.
This is ridiculous. This is not the time for a bunch of politalk execu speak, for some knee-bendy, limp-wristy, fence-running, I want to get along with other people. It's the time for stances.
Yeah.
It's the time for going, look, man, I'm tired of the FEEDUMB. I don't want freedom. I want freedom. And I notice it too with all these fees and taxes and violating every little thing you do. Oh, you need this to do something on your own property or to work on your car or to do this with your... No. There's crimes. There's real problems to deal with. Get rid of the rapists, the pedos, the sex traffickers. Get rid of the people selling drugs to the kids. Get rid of the car thieves. Do some real stuff and quit doing this little like, oh, it's a law of finance. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did this so I can charge you and generate revenue. I'm tired of all that.
Well, and you look at it as car enthusiasts. I mean, this car show is taking a stance in the sense as well that things that, we have these things that absolutely, as car guys, we think, man, that's ridiculous. I can't believe the city says we can't do this. We can't do that. I got a ticket downtown. Why did I get a ticket downtown for this? This doesn't
Parking.
Yeah. And the thing is with, cars, and I'm sure people are like, it's a car show, Matt, shut up. Talk about cars again some more. But I mean, as car guys, we have to be aware of this stuff because all we do, I know plenty of car guys, we're great at complaining about the problems that are affecting our ability to do what we want to do. But no one, anytime it comes up to, well, city council is going to vote on this new ordinance or, something, no one does anything. That's the problem.
It's down to even the carports because if you want a carport to put your stuff out of the hail so it doesn't get held on, to keep your insurances down, to keep the cost down for you so you don't have to put claims on. They got rules on that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with this. Look, the government as a whole, the system, the establishment, regardless of local. Politics is the one thing where the crap rolls uphill. You fix it local and small, it starts becoming the standard in a bigger aspect. But what does it do? The system, the establishment, the government, it does this thing. It schedules you out. Hey, Tuesday at 11, you can come down here and talk to us. Hey, thanks, man. I think I'm working my second job by then.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm busy. We're all busy. But Tuesday at 11, I can have the freedom to talk to you? Hey, thanks. Or they price you out and make it expensive and argue because you're going to miss pay and a bunch of other things, or it's going to cost you to go do something. Or they just do what happens to most people. They just discourage you. What's it going to matter whether I vote or do something or say something or show up or do this? It ain't going to matter anyways because they don't care about me and they don't listen to me and they don't listen to us and they don't care about us or they just tell me what to do and they're just going to screw me over anyways.
Yeah. And I think the message here is that, also, even though you didn't win the city council election, you did really good and you are coming out here in a stance saying that, hey, I still want to represent the values that I stood on. I want to represent you, the car guys, the people who don't normally get involved here. And you're continuing to do that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I will be.
Awesome. Website again. What's that website?
JimMillerForColorado.com. Make sure you go on there and a little bit from a lot of us donating will get us ready for the next run in 2 years.
Let's do it. You're listening to Automotive ADHD. We're going to talk about a new tax coming to your insurance next.